Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you guys how to make Millionaire Shortbread bars. This has become one of my favorite sweets and I can't wait to show you how simple it was to make. So with that being said, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to start off with is our shortbread. So in a bowl we're going to combine 1.5 cups of cake flour, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, a half a cup of sugar, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So we're going to give that a quick mix. Then we're going to add 1.5 cups of cubed unsalted butter that I left out at room temperature. So using a fork or a pastry cutter or even a food processor, we're going to mix the flour with the butter until you start to see the dough come together. So I like to add my butter a little bit at a time so I can keep track of the texture of the dough. If you add everything all at once, it might not mix properly and turn into a big clump of flour and butter, so it's important to mix the butter a little bit at a time. So once your dough has come together, I like to give it a quick mix with a spatula just to make sure there's no more flour or butter peeking through. Next, we're going to put our dough onto a pan that I covered with foil and brushed with butter. I lightly coated my hands with flour so that the dough doesn't stick to my fingers. So we're going to press down the dough onto the pan, making sure that everything is nice and even. Now we're going to prick holes onto the dough. This is going to allow steam to escape and prevent our shortbread from bubbling as it bakes. So we're going to bake this in a 350-degree oven for about 35 to 40 minutes or until the edges are golden brown. Now we're going to make our beautiful caramel. In a large sauce pot, you're going to add 2¼ cups of sugar, 1 cup of light corn syrup, and a half a cup of water. Using a wooden spoon, mix it until it forms a paste, and make sure you're mixing the mixture carefully to prevent any sugar crystals from forming. So before we start to cook our sugar mixture, we're going to mix 1 cup of heavy cream with 3¼ cups of unsalted butter. We're going to set this in the microwave for a few seconds so it can get a little bit warm. The warmth of this mixture is going to help the hot sugar not to bubble as much. So now on medium heat with a candy thermometer attached to your pot, we're going to cook the sugar until it reaches 320 degrees. You don't want to stir this too often. The sugar will eventually start to slowly caramelize and turn an amber color. Once your sugar has reached 320 degrees, we're going to turn off the heat and slowly add your cream mixture. Next, we're going to add 2¼ teaspoons of salt. We're going to mix that through and then we're going to bring it back to the heat. We're going to cook this until it reaches 240 degrees, which is the softball stage, which means we're going to end up with a delicious chewy caramel. Once it has reached 240 degrees, we're going to remove it from the heat and then we're going to add 1½ teaspoons of vanilla. So now we're going to add our delicious caramel right on top of our shortbread. We're going to let this sit for about an hour or until the caramel has completely set. So now we're going to melt 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate to go on top of our caramel. So once you have spread your chocolate on top, you can set this in the fridge until the chocolate has set. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys!